No yawning.
Oh, it's
There we go.
there we go. It is up. So, all right. Welcome everybody to Syndi-Comics Weekly.
Hello.
All right. So it looks like right now just us. um, so everybody, welcome in. Definitely, we took a 2 week hiatus. Um, so of course that meant we got a bunch of stuff for after 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Um,
You ain't lying.
all right. And we got two people watching. So whoever's watching us, come on by and say hello to us. That way we know who's in the chat.
There.
All right. Okay, so
Stalkers.
big things this week. I've got a bunch of stuff, and of course from Hypno this week. But there really hasn't been like a lot of stuff that really is going to happen. I mean, other than Countdown, for the Infinity side, Countdown to Prime, which is I'm going to start next week. So that's going to be a big thing for Marvel's side. But I did get the new previews book in today. So, and let me find that page because there's something I wanted to show. I don't know if you guys knew about it or not. Let's see. Dark Horse, DC, Vertigo. And where is it? I had forgot about it actually until they reminded me. While I was at the shop today. Exiles. So you guys remember Exiles, the comic?
Oh yeah.
2000s.
See, yeah, they're coming back with Blink, Miss Marvel / Rogue, and then it looks like a Scotty Young version of Wolverine.
Yeah, I thought.
Yeah, I've
So
never
it's
seen
kind of interesting.
Wolverine in it. It looked odd.
Yeah, it really does, and I'm interested to see, read it, because I remember reading the other Exiles books, and here's the main thing I wanted to show.
What's that there?
Hunt for Wolverine.
Oh.
So it is I guess it's going to be a series. It's going to actually tie into Infinity Countdown, but it's kind of where was Wolverine at? Like what happened? How did he get out? The adamantium casing and everything. So it's supposed to be a backstory on that. Okay. So I can't wait. Hey Mike, welcome in, brother. But yeah, it's anything Wolverine and Deadpool. I'm of course going to jump all over. Typically, you guys know that.
Right.
But that opened up a bigger question we were talking about today so what does that mean for all the current Wolverine books? If the main Wolverine is back, does that mean like Old Man Logan's going to end, All New Wolverine, Weapon X, and those kind of books? So it's a territory nobody really knows the answer to right now, because those three books have been selling like hotcakes for Marvel for a while. Actually, Old Man Logan outsold X-Men Blue and X-Men Gold combined.
Damn.
So that tells me that Old Man Logan's probably not going anywhere. All New Wolverine started dipping though in pricing as far as what it's making, and a lot of it had to do with that Orphans of X saga they have now. interesting. So I like it, of course. But the problem we're going to have is that I'm thinking that all new Wolverine might come to an end, and then Wolverine takes back over again.
Right.
So what do you guys think?
I don't know. It's one of those things with Marvel. I think they're gonna continue to like whatever's making them money. They're gonna continue to make. Now we'll see. Now, kind of like what you were saying. Now, if like Wolverine returning and his main title starts to, pull money away from some of the other titles, maybe they discontinue a couple of them. But I don't. I think it's the same reason we have like 6 or 7 Avengers books right now. As long as they're selling, I think Marvel will just say, okay, we have like 3 or 4 different versions of Wolverine. They're all in the same universe. They're all different though, and they'll just continue it. And kind of, I don't know if they'll have them cross over or have any continuity, but I don't think with especially being Wolverine and how popular he is, I don't see him stopping any of the books personally.
And that's what I was kind of worried about, because look at Guardians of the Galaxy. They ended that series. And that's one series I never thought they would actually stop, because it's got so many people tied into reading it. I loved it.
Yeah, I think they'll bring back Guardians, though. It may not be like right away, but maybe possibly closer to whenever the new movie comes out. That's like another, 2 more years. It could be, a different group as well, too. With Old Man Logan, I don't know. I still haven't really read any of it yet, so I'll agree with you guys on those.
Yeah, Old Man Logan's is one of those books that I read like the first couple of issues, and I really wasn't impressed with it. The artwork was great, but the writing was not the best. So those ones I'd recommend in a trade paperback. The only other catch-22 being is that there's been so much Old Man Logan in every book of X-Men. It's just been nuts lately. It's like, okay, I get it. We need a Wolverine, but you've got other characters like, X-23. She could be used and more. You've got Warpath, you've got Sabretooth, you've got all these other characters, from the Wolverines that they could use. Like, I like to see Lady Deathstrike come back in a bigger role. She's in Weapon X right now, but it's like she's the closest thing to Wolverine other than Wolverine.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, T-Man.
Hey, T-Man's saying the audio is messing up. Are you guys hearing anything?
It's kind of crackling in and out a little bit.
Yeah, it's probably our connection here. The Wi-Fi kind of is not the best. Plus, my throat's not the best either.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, definitely. Everybody came in. Thank you guys for watching with us tonight. We do this every week. I put an event on the Syndi-Comics to actually go for the next year. So that way everybody can see it. So it should pop up every week. And then I submitted it or posted it to the syndicate as well.
Cool. Yeah. I posted it on our local Facebook group too.
Yeah, I saw that on the Columbia page.
Yeah.
So Nate, are they still doing all new Wolverine with X-23, or is that one?
No, they're still running it. I actually got the new issue today. So, and I actually I love the issue. I love that series. I mean, because it's X-23. Logan and X-23 are some of my favorite characters. So, and it's kind of nice to see, like, we went from crazy, who she was and when she left the facility to where she's at now. And I hate to see her go backwards after Wolverine comes back out fully.
Okay. Yeah, I was just curious whether her popularity after the film had kind of died, and maybe I didn't know if that book was still going or not.
I think it actually jumped after Logan came out.
Right.
Because look at Nick's number 3, the first appearance. That was an $80 book, and now it's a $300, $400 book. And it's hard to find. Like, I have Nick's number 4 slot, and that jumped almost $100 in less than a week.
Right.
But now if you actually watch, and it's all about timing too. I mean, Logan came out, it was great. But then everything started dying down over time. Like now I'm watching the values go down in the Comics Price Guide, of those books. So it's like, okay, I'm going to wait until it gets down to its reasonable rate, then I'll buy Nick's 3 again, you know. But yeah, the biggest ones that it's actually ironically is that she had some like it was called a Women of Marvel variant of X-23 #1, and that one was done by Delato, and it's worth a gang of money. It's worth actually more than half of the new X-23 series came out in 2010.
Huh.
And it's just because artists are the ones selling a lot of things, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I picked up another Delato cover today, and got it really cheap. But his stuff sells like nothing now. I mean, you go to the Comic Mint, Unknown Comics, or any of those, onesie, twosie comic shops like that, they're selling like crazy. Delato, Matina, those kind of guys, the Dinah Cates books, the Charles Soule books, all of those ones, those top writers and artists, they're going to keep selling. It was funny because I missed out on, what was it? Marvel 2-in-1, #2, the regular issue of it, because it sold out so fast because everybody loved that one because it's Fantastic Four coming back, Luckily, I was able to get a copy of the variant today, #2. It's like, these books are doing that. They're selling out before they even make it to the stores. Thank God for Comic Pull List for that reason. All right, so T-Man, you're in the house, and Mike, you're in the house. So, T, you haven't been in our streams before, so just to let you know kind of how this runs. We talk comics, Marvel, DC, Image, independent books, as well as anything else in the sun, and pretty much anything comic related, figures, whatever. But we also show comic hauls and things like that. So if you've got questions, definitely give them to us because we're here to answer. We're here for you guys.
Yep.
Yeah.
It seems like we've been getting on the page. We've been getting some really good kind of conversations going about different books, recommendations, like what people are reading. Seems like that's really starting to take off, which is really cool to see.
Yeah, Joe Laura put that one on there, about Batman. And we all jumped on that real fast because there's so many great Bat books.
Especially right.
Yeah, I got Black and White on hold, right now. I'm waiting for them to finish up the series. I'm just going to buy it all in one go, that I can read through it because it looks good. I read like a couple of the pages in #1. I'm like, yeah, this is going to be one of those I just want to sit down and read the whole thing.
Right.
Like that or a graphic novel version of it, just for that reason.
Yep.
Same with Metals. I mean, every time a Metals book comes out, I'm excited for it, which is going to be sad really soon because #6 will come out, and then they'll have The Hunted come out, and then that's going to be it.
Yep.
But there is some spinoffs. Did you guys see like Damage that came out last week?
Mm-mm.
So Damage, I guess, is one of the spinoffs as well as the Terrifics. I'm definitely going to get the Terrifics because it's got Mr. Terrific and his guys in it. So that one's going to be a great book. It is nice because he's a JSA guy. He's not a JLA guy.
Okay.
So it's nice to see JSA to come back into the DC because guess who hasn't been at the DC since Rebirth? The JSA. When's the last time you seen, the Green Lantern or the Flash from Earth 2 or any of those guys? They'd barely been in Rebirth. Mike asked, what do we think of the ongoing Thanos? I can't tell you. I have not read it.
I know a spoiler on this last week's issue about who's going to be the next Ghost Rider. But that's the only thing I know of.
So yeah, I'm not currently reading that one.
All right, so who's going to be the next Ghost Rider? You open that up.
You want to know?
Yeah, I don't know.
Frank Castle.
Makes
Really?
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of like it.
Yeah. Sounds pretty cool. I was like, oh, sweet. Yeah.
Now, did they say if they're going to do it in the Punisher book, or is it going to be like a different series?
I don't know. I think like the next issue of Thanos is coming out, they're gonna actually show him or something like that. Chad's reading it, and he asked me if I picked it up. I was like, no. He told me, they're just gonna talk about who the next Ghost Rider is.
Crap, that's another book I'm about to get now.
Is there any like indication of who's writing that?
No,
No, okay.
not that I know of. I mean, I could text him, but he's probably in bed right now.
Huh. No, I'm just curious. I'm trying to think of like, because I mean, yeah, I could see him like almost doing like a Garth Ennis type Punisher, like real dark, real brutal. But adding that like kind of spirit, like the spiritual, like kind of hell element to it. I think that could be really interesting if they did it like in a more kind of mature, I guess, kind of darker take on it.
Various weapons of hellfire.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, could you imagine giving someone like Frank Castle like the weapons of?
Oh god, what's bad enough is War Machine right now.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, we thought it was bad enough. You got all the guns and the armor, with that. You give them, Hellfire and the Penistair and you name it. Yeah, it's going to get ugly.
Yeah. And I'm sure that'll be something that a lot of people won't be happy about. But I don't know. I like when Marvel does this type of stuff. It's like Superior Spider-Man is one of my favorite stories in recent years because it took chances. Like, it's different. Like, it's one of those things. It's like, yeah, we could read the same old Punisher, we could read the same old Ghost Rider over and over and over, but I mean, at some point they get kind of stale. And I mean, like, and I know I get that this isn't classic history or anything like that, but at some point you just kind of got to throw caution in the wind and do something crazy and out there. And I'm all for it. I hope Marvel and DC start doing some kind of more outside of the box things. That's what I like to read. Is things that we haven't seen a million times.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Goji fan is SoCal. Join us. Thank you guys for coming by. Yeah, it's gonna. I'm really interested to see how that's gonna work because we've already got a Johnny Blaze Ghost Rider right now, as well as the Rodney Reyes one. So we had that female version of Ghost Rider for a little while too. That was not a good Ghost Rider. It did not. The writing was horrible. It didn't make sense how she got it. So it's like, oh, okay. But Castle is Ghost Rider. Just imagine that. Think about like him, Doctor Strange, and a bunch of guys going after Mephisto. It's Frank Castle versus the Devil. Yeah. Sorry, Mephisto ain't gonna win that one.
So that was revealed in Thanos. So that was good old Kate's writing.
Yeah, it would be Donny Cates. I mean, you can't do no wrong right now. Donny and Charles Soule, those guys, they've been on fire. So I mean, that'll be another book I have to pick up now. Thanks, Mike.
So it must have been what I know. I was reading something. I think it was on Twitter. I saw Donnie had written something about he was getting ready for the backlash because he was pissing some people off again. So I assume that's probably what he was referencing.
He's about to piss off a lot of people really fast because the rumor Redneck's ending.
Is it what is?
Redneck.
Yeah, but I don't know. I kind of feel like it's a natural. I don't know. I don't know how much more he could do with it without it becoming like I mean, not that there's anything wrong with Walking Dead, but it's kind of to the point where it's just kind of the same thing over and over again each arc, and so it's I don't know. Like I'd much rather books on the creative high note of exactly how the creators want to end them, and not just kind of just in this unending loop of because it's selling well, so we just have to keep doing it. And then I mean, I'm sure that's hard on him too. I mean, doing all these Marvel books, he's got all sorts of stuff with Image. So yeah, I'm okay with Redneck ending to be honest.
Well, and the bad part is that it's been going down the last couple of issues. I got the new one today, and I'm gonna read that one, but it's just. I'm with you, man. It's been like this rotational thing that keeps going around in circles. So it's going to be. They need to end it, but they need to end it on a good note, though.
Yep.
Because we all know how Image is. Image cancels books all the time.
Yep.
You know, and if they just cancel it without an ending on it, it's going to be sort of like we had with Preacher with Vertigo. We never had a real ending with Preacher. You know, it's just like we found God. Okay, what's next? That was the whole thing about it, was that they were looking for God and they finally found him, and they're like, okay, we don't know what to do. Oh, by the way, the Preacher still has the demon in him. You know, they didn't like go into, okay, this is what we're going to do to get rid of it. Same way with Sandman. Sandman was one of those great books written, you know, and it's like it kept going forever, you know, and ever, but they never got to an ending, you know, and it's like, okay, I don't want to see those kind of stories happen. I mean, granted, we finally got a graphic novel for Sandman to end it, you know, but it's just like, okay, I don't want to see books like that just get canceled. Sort of like Generation X just got canceled, you know, that's the last issue. It's like, okay, I hope this last issue they come out with, they end everything, or give us an annual or something like that to end it. Because there's nothing worse than just you put all that time and effort into a series and then it just stops, you know. I was kind of that way with Guardians of the Galaxy. It was like I've been reading that for years, you know, and then I get to that one issue and it's like, okay, it was a story about Warlock, and then that was it, you know. I'm like, okay, what happened to the rest of them? And I get it, they're going to be an Infinity Countdown and all that kind of stuff, but it's not the same. It's not when it's been a series that you've invested into.
Right.
All right, so Goji asked us, are you excited for the Infinity War Legends? I'm not. I'll be blunt. There's only one I want pretty much out of the whole wave. So yeah, not so much.
That's I saw him actually probably about a half an hour before we got on the stream, and the cap I'm not a huge fan of. It looks really off to me. Like the hair almost looks red. I mean, I know the pictures that were up on the Syndicate. Like I know they said they were in hand, but maybe they aren't the official things. But yeah, most of them just didn't look great. And and I actually liked the Serpent Nation or whatever their names are, like Cottonmouth and all them. I actually like those characters, but I mean the figure looked kind of cheap. Like the paint was just like two tone, and I don't know, it just didn't look great. And then I can't remember who else is in the wave, because the Iron Man looks like the exact same movie Iron Man we've had 20 times now.
Snowbird, Taskmaster,
Taskmaster, all right. But we just got a Taskmaster, and
yeah, but this one's the comic version, the original comic. That's the only one I want from the wave, because the last one we got was from Marvel Now. Right. You know, so I definitely want because this is the old one. It looks like a skull, not like that halfway one done. So yeah, definitely get Songbird in there as well, which is nice to have an Alpha Flight figure finally. You know, but it's like, okay, we're getting a Bathwave with Sasquatch. Okay, that's two people. The Puck, you can get a Puck, it's going to cost you $1 million because it's just too damn expensive. We don't have a Vindicator, we don't have a Guardian, we don't have North Star or Aurora. So it's like, I would wish they would actually do an Alpha Flight wave so we can actually have those.
Right.
But yeah, out of the Avengers wave though, like I said, Taskmaster's the only one I want. I mean, because I don't need another Mark 46 Captain America or Iron Man. Yep. I don't need a cap that doesn't look like the actual, actor. You know, right. It's like, no, you guys did not do good on this wave.
I will say the picture of the Iron Spider suit from Infinity War looks decent enough, but since all the Marvel movies I collect Hot Toys, so I like Legends. I just stay away from anything MCU related. Because I don't need 8 different versions of one figure.
Well, that's the problem too, is that you didn't even get the arms with the Iron Spider. You know, it's like how many versions of this Iron, like even the red and gold one we got back in the early Marvel Legends, still didn't have the arms. Right. You know, and it's like, okay, that's the whole idea of the whole suit was to have arms and things like that. Mm-hmm. So it just didn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah, same with like the Superior Spider-Man Legend. That one didn't have the actual Doc Ock arms either.
No, it just had those tentacles, that was used with Agent Venom.
Yep.
So let's see, so Drake then says the Proxima Midnight looks like it has a double jointed elbow. That one actually doesn't look bad. That's the MCU version as well, and that's supposed to be one of Thanos' helpers. So we'll have to see how that looks in person. It would actually be the first female that we've got a double jointed elbow with in a long time. And SoCal says we need another Star Lord now. No, we do not need any more Star Lord figures. I'm sorry that they have. I mean, we'll say this much: no more MCU Star Lords. Okay, if we can get the classic, ones from the comics, I would be good with that. Like, you remember that 5-pack tier you had for Marvel Universe? Yeah. Do that in a legend scale. I mean, just do that, and then I'm good. Because then I have all of them I need. Because like we don't have a Gamora, we don't have a Drax. I mean, and it's like I'd love to see the old Drax. From remember Infinity Watch, Warlock and the Infinity Watch, when you had the big old purple cape. It's like, dude, I want that one. I want the one. I want the one with the cape.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Paul, me and you thinking the same thing, brother. Yeah, because I mean that's one wave that's like, It's like it's bad when they're on sale for $5 at Walmart now.
Yep.
And it's one of the two that we always see, Star Lord and Rocket. That's all we see. The rest of them gone. And there's a reason for that. Yep, Paul, you're right. Big fat Drax. That's the one I want. And I want a Warlock like that actually. I want that classic, Warlock one. Not all these versions that's been changed 1,000 ways. Like that last one we got in the last wave of Guardians. No, that was not a good Warlock. That was a good Magus, I'll say that. With that Magus head and everything, that looked great. But that was not a good Warlock. But yeah, there's been a lot of them, especially between that and everybody here in California finding the Deadpool wave. Holy crap. I mean, that's the two that I want, is just the Deadpool wave and the X-Men wave with the Apocalypse little figure.
Yeah, definitely. That Deathlock looks pretty good. I'm excited for him.
Yeah, I want to see what that Deathlock looks like in person, because I've got the Toy Biz one still, and it's like, It was hard to beat that one, actually. So this one's going to have to be a lot better. I'll still get it, because I want to build Sasquatch, but it's like, I want to see how some of these compare. And we do need some updates on a lot of our figures. I mean, you're talking about a lot of characters we've not had since Toy Biz time. We definitely need that. Like X-23 came out. That's the one I want the most from the Deadpool wave. X-23 and the Cable. A 90s Cable. We've never had a 90s Cable. But what really irritates me, though, the whole wave is Deadpool himself. He kind of 2 swords. Couldn't they at least give him 2 guns? Paul says he wants a more deep-cut characters in the comics and a Celestial Path. Dude, I would love to see a Celestial Path or a Watcher. We had a Watcher a long time ago. I would love to see some of those bigger characters like that. Or like a Build-A-Figure Phoenix. That would be awesome. Where it's an actual Phoenix bird kind of thing, not just, the small little figure. I mean, I've got this old one, and this is a cool effect, don't get me wrong, but I would love this Phoenix to be the size like we have with a Vulture, from last year.
Giant wingspan.
Yeah. So, Kyle asks, what do you think about the Val Kilmer Batman or the TV series Flash? Well, Val Kilmer sucked as Batman. That's my personal opinion. TV series Flash, I love it. I watch Flash every week. Wow, that would be awesome. Phoenix idea is great. Thank you, Paul. So what do you guys think about Kilmer and the Flash?
I actually do not watch The Flash.
Messing up by the numbers, brother.
I catch it on Netflix.
Yeah, I like The Flash. I don't watch Arrow. I mean, I watched like 1 season of it, and it was okay. And then I was like, okay, it started being repetitive, really bad. At least The Flash keeps rotating like different characters and different villains in it, it was like, okay, we're going after Damian Dart, we're going after Malcolm Merlin. Okay, let's rotate it this season. You know, and it's like, okay, no more. But I will say they did really good with Crisis on X crossover. They did with Supergirl, Legends of Tomorrow, Flash, and Arrow. Those little crossovers has been really good money makers actually for DC and the WB as well for that reason. Never mind. So Kyle says the DC multiverse figures of Val Kilmer. I couldn't tell you. I've not seen it yet.
I've seen the pictures. The pictures, well, the promo images, the poses are awful. So I don't want to judge it off that. I love, like, I know I'm going to get a lot of crap for this, but I personally love the suits from Forever and Batman and Robin. The movies aren't great, but I love the suits. Like, they were the epitome of 90s awfulness. But they were cool. So, like, I don't know, like, if I find that figure, I'm buying it. Just because like, Forever and Batman and Robin, for as bad as they are, still, like, I still remember, like, going to the theater with my dad and watching both of those movies. And, like, in Jim Carrey in his heyday playing the Riddler. So, as long as the figure looks halfway decent, like the prototype images show, I will probably pick it up. It looks cool. I don't know. I think it's $30 or $35. That's the only thing where I'm kind of like iffy about is if it is that higher price point, not the $20-25. Then we'll have to see how good it really does look. But I'm interested.
Yeah, but don't get me wrong. There is good points to the movies. I mean, I liked the storyline. I just didn't like the actors. That was it. You know, and the problem with Batman and Robin was they tried to put way too much in one movie.
Yes.
You know, they would have split that movie up into different parts and not had Clooney be Batman. You know, I think it would have been a big difference. Like, Chris O'Donnell, I think, did an okay job as Robin. Don't get me wrong.
I even think Alicia Silverstone did a decent job as Batgirl. I didn't think it was that bad.
She doesn't have that presence like a Barbara Gordon should really have.
No.
I mean, Barbara Gordon shows up, you know, she's like, all right, I'm ready to go, let's go. And it's the wrong hair color too. So come on. You know, now, like, if they made her, like, say that other Batgirl spoiler, you know, that turn in Batgirl,
yep.
I can see that. I can see that 100%. That's easy. You know, but if she was supposed to be Barbara Gordon, that's a whole different ball of wax.
Right.
All right, let's see. You guys have a comic grail book that you own. I've actually got a couple of those. What about you guys?
I do. I have a Preacher #1, Spawn #1, and then I have a Spider-Man 200, actually signed by Stan Lee. Those are probably my three.
You better get hold of that Stan Lee one, man, after today.
Yeah. That.
I didn't even. What happened?
He got sent to a hospital. He got rushed to a hospital with regular heartbeat.
I mean, that you know it's going to happen just due to. I mean, the dude's what, 94 years old.
95 or 96, I think.
95.
95, yeah. So I mean, but man, I didn't even hear that. That's terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna. You know what's gonna happen? He's gonna make it. He's gonna be 135, and he's still gonna be going to cons, and we're all gonna sit there and pay the money to get the signs.
Yeah.
What about you, BJ? What about your grail?
Oh, I got the Saga #1 autographed by Brian K. Vaughan.
Nice.
And first appearance of Kitty Pryde. I can't remember what issue that is off the top of my head right now.
That's Uncanny X-Men 130, I think. 131.
129. It's also first appearance of Emma Frost, too.
Yeah, I think that's 130 or 120. It's like one of those close to there, I think.
It's in one of these back here.
Yeah, I've got a couple of grails. I got my giant size X-Men #1. You guys probably saw that in my collection video. But I actually do have X-Men 1 as well as I've got a really bad copy of Amazing Spider-Man number 3.
Number 3?
Yeah, number 3. And it was just given to me for free, and I was looking at it like it's still, I mean, it's probably a 4.0. I mean, that's what I consider bad, on my side. But it's just like, okay. But yeah, it was one of the ones I've always wanted, and I finally got it, so it's definitely in there. I think the coolest one I got though was I got Wolverine number 1 from the miniseries, signed by Frank Miller and Joel Rubinstein.
Nice.
And I was like, that was like made my day, And it's funny because when I got Frank to sign, this is before he got really big, after the 90s. He signed that one, and then I had Claremont do his little sketch sign with Miller. And it was awesome. It was one of my favorite books to have of all time. But the bad part is now that it's like this is before CGC, before CBCS, PGX, and all the other grading people. It's like I try to go take it in. They're like, "We need a qualified grade." I'm like, "Really?" It's like, look at the age of the book. You guys did not even exist before this. So I said, "Nope, I'll just keep it. I'll keep it on my Mylar. Call it a good day."
All right.
SoCal said he had a crush on that Batgirl during that time. Paul says, yeah, he had met Stanley twice. So if he passes, at least I have memories. I have an issue of Doctor Strange signed about him. That's awesome, dude.
Awesome.
I don't have anything signed by Stan. I've always wanted to get something signed by him, but it's just the opportunity never worked out. It's like I had to make decisions. Let's see, 1 signature or 10. The 10 won. Yeah, I think he'll be just fine. We'll see him at SDCC here in a couple of months. He'll be like, "Ooh, I'm in a new cameo."
Right.
So let's see. There was something else I was going to bring up today. I had an idea. I wanted to bring it by you guys. Artist spotlights, artist or writer spotlights. So thinking about it is like we're gonna do this. We do this weekly, What if we did the spotlight on like an artist to explain like what they did from start to finish? So we got to do some research, of course, So like we look at Charles Soule. Like, what was the first book Charles Soule did, and then what is he doing now? And then look at like a comics price guide, and see what is the most expensive comic that this artist or writer does. What do you guys think?
That's a really cool idea.
Sounds good.
Paul says he has the X-Men 21 first appearance of Hellboy. Dude, you better keep a hold of that one for a long time. That book's just going to keep going up and up and up in value. Especially, like, I seen Charles McNulty had signed a couple of those old books, and they're worth like $800, $900 now with the original ones. I'm like, good grief. I mean, it's like I finally got, what was it? At the Vertigo special. It was the first appearance of Sandman, and I looked at it and it was like, and I read through it, I'm like, it made no sense. Like, because I think it's because I had read all of Sandman afterward already, and I read all this, and it's really like 10 pages of this saying, yes, I am stuck in the middle of nowhere. Really, this book is worth $100, and it's only because of this. And it's like, really?
Yeah, I'm actually really upset because Neil Gaiman's actually coming to Cincinnati, and it's actually next weekend. And I didn't see it until a couple of weeks ago, or actually, we went and saw Brian Regan at our local theater. That's where he's going to be, and they had a big ad for it, and I was like, "Oh, that's amazing!" $5 a ticket, but they said it sold out in 10 minutes, and obviously, I was like 4 weeks too late.
Dang.
But yeah, he sold out a 4,000 seat theater, $5 a ticket. The Cincinnati Library is bringing him in. He's just, I don't know if it's a Q&A or if it's just kind of him telling stories. But yeah, so Gaiman's actually going to be in Cincinnati. I'm so bummed that I'm not actually able to go see it.
Like, trying to nail however Garth Ennis does is like a miracle now these days.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when Garth was doing all those Marvel Knights runs, and he was at Kamikaze down here, and he was going through signing books and covers and stuff like that. And he's like, "This has been the last one I do for 5 years," and we're all like, "Where are you going?" Hiatus. Oh crap! And he kind of has. I mean, when's the last time we seen a Garth Ennis book?
Yep. That's right.
SoCal says he wanted to see more of the Age of Apocalypse Marvel Legends. Dude, I agree with you. I'd love to see more of those, and not the little 3 3/4 universe ones. Like, I'd love to see a Magneto done, Morph and those kind of guys, because all we got so far is Sunfire, Sabretooth, Wolverine. That's it. Let's see. Paul said, "I wish I could send the pics on here because I have Mignola's signed books with Hellboy." Dude, that'd be sweet. Paul, put that on the Syndi-Comics page, man. That's all you need to do. Post stuff. And that's what we want everybody to do, actually. If you guys get hauls and stuff, we've seen some of those lately where a lot of people are starting to put their hauls out on the page. Nothing to go out and do that. But if you got some rare stuff that you want to share, like your grails or like sketching and artist stuff, put it out there.
Yeah, especially sketches. I'm a huge original art collector. So, yeah, anybody that sketches or anything, I would love to see them. I'm going up to C2E2 here in April. I know we've talked about it before. But, yeah, I'll be posting every sketch, every original page, everything I got. So, yeah, no, if anybody's watching, you guys are art collectors, yeah, no, I love to see that type of stuff. So, post whatever you have.
Yeah. Let's see. And Seth asked, do y'all have any guess on the things in the new rumored Venom wave? I heard a rumor. I was talking to the guys at Foosh on their page, and we're all in a pretty good consensus. It's going to be the Venom movie wave. So Tom Hardy and his guys. So there'll be some comic ones probably thrown in there, but that could be our Venom wave. And Sukkot says Starjammer, 1990 X Factor says Gen X. Yeah, it'd be nice to get some old X Factor figures. The last ones we got was the X Factor ones in Toy Biz. And that was like Cyclops and Angel. And I've got those two. But that's the old 80s one. The 90s version really never came out. Let's see. Generation X figures? That's a stretch. We got Emma Frost already. We got a Banshee. We got a Jubilee. I don't think we'll ever see a Husk or a Morph or Chamber. Chamber would actually be a cool figure to have if they actually made one of him. But probably it's probably a little bit too hard to do some of them. All right, guys. So let's go into the hauls for this week. So, BJ, what did you get this week?
Oh, 1 sec. There we go. Sorry. Gotta put a charger on my phone, so it's dying on me. I got a lot of stuff from last week going to Michigan. Store up there, and then some stuff from my grandma. And I'll start with my weekly picks I got. I went to the store up in Marquette, Michigan, in the Upper Peninsula. It's called Black Ice Comics. Really small, tiny. Lady was pretty cool. I noticed, I was like, hey, go check out the Syndi-Comics. It's good stuff there. So I grabbed the Doomsday Clock issue from last week, and then this week I got X-Men Blue number 20. Kind of finishing up that story of time, the time traveling cross time capers. Really good. The Realm issue number 5. This is getting good now. Starting to like it. Then the X-Men Blue Annual, starting off with Poison X with Venom. See all that there. I got Phoenix 4. Oops. Haven't got 5 yet. They sold out in my store, but I'll be getting one probably tomorrow or sometime next week. And then IDW Transformers versus Visionaries. And this is kind of pissed me off a little bit. They killed Cup in it.
What? They killed Cup in
Yes, they did. Yeah, man.
a Transformers versus Visionaries, but they couldn't even do it in Robots in Disguise or at least Lost Light.
They did an in memoriam, and they said, yeah, we've had him for 10 years. He's come back from here and there, but this time he's actually done. And like the next page, you're like, let's see the best of Cup in the storylines. Because like as soon as I got to the page, I cussed at it. I was like, what the? Oh, come on, man. That's wrong. And I got some trade paperbacks. Had to get volume 2 of Seven Eternity while I was in Michigan because this volume 1 had to leave me with a cliffhanger, so I had to figure out what was going on.
Tremender at his best.
I know. Come on, man. Patchwork? No. That was my favorite character. Paper Girls. Got that at the Black Eyes Comics too. Good old Brian K. Vaughan. I liked it so far. I do. Southern Bastards, Volume 1. Got that up there as well. Just read this today at work. As long as nobody's watching me from work, I wasn't reading it at work.
You're busted.
Yeah. That one felt like I was in South Carolina, even though it was like based in Alabama. It's just, you were in Georgia, so everything that, down south, football is life down here. I live in Columbia where it's just nothing but Carolina hating on Clemson or just, tailgating and everything. And like, the head coach is like basically, he can run the town and everything. So I liked it. I've already ordered volume 2 from my local comic store, so I'll probably get it next week. When I got back, I flew in from Charlotte. I went from Charlotte, Michigan, Charlotte. I came back in. They had a mini con going on there, so I went by there and just grabbed the $5 trade of the Doctor Strange. I think I had Jason Aaron wrote it.
Yep.
Yeah, he wrote this one, so you can try that out too. And my grandmother gave me some comic books. She's had an antique store for 20, 25 years, and she just closed it down last year. She's 85 years old, so she's done. But she got me into a lot of collecting comic books because every summer I'd go see her, we'd go to all these other antique stores. We'd go antiquing, what they call it. And I'd sit there and go find some old comic books and stuff like that. And she actually had some of these. She's like, I'm not gonna do anything with them. So you just grab some that you want, and you give the other ones to go to your cousin. King Size Annual Micronauts number 2.
Yes.
Man, that's an old one. I remember reading the Micronauts back in the 80s.
Yeah, they're back in the IDW right now too. So it's pretty cool. Supernatural Thrillers featuring the Headless Horseman rides again. Number 6.
Huh.
Right there. Marvel Superheroes, starring the magnificent Medusa.
That's a Bronze Age 25 setter.
Yeah. I'm not done yet, though. Metamorpho, the Element Man, number 9. 12 center.
What year is that? 62 or 63?
This would be 66.
66, yeah, that's definitely still in that silver era.
My last one, Justice League of America, number 55. I believe what I showed this at Chad, and he says it's the first appearance of Robin as an adult.
Huh.
Yep, that is. That's the Earth. Was the Earth 2 Robin? First appearance Earth 2
I'm
Robin.
not really too sure. So these are getting bagged and boarded and putting up in the box.
Very nice.
Yeah, I think that's actually the second time too. JLA and the JSA had met up when they started doing this Crisis on Multiple Earths crossovers.
Okay, cool. And I was messaging you earlier. Last week it was. Thanks, Paul. I just noticed that, man. Appreciate that. She had the Dell comics I was telling you about. She had like a stack of them, and they were like almost in perfect condition and everything too. I can't believe how great quality. It didn't look like they were even aged in the pages as well. You know, when you get the full color in it, and I was like, man, you know. So I might go up there and try to get them from her and sell them so I can give her some money for her later on too.
Yeah, hit me up what you need on those. I know we kind of talked about the Dell comics. That's kind of a weird animal because of the way they had them and the Western books, classic Westerns tied together. So you don't find many of those, especially the old 10 cent, 15-cent ones in good condition. Usually you'll find a ton of the old Bugs Bunny or the Mickey, or was it Mighty Mouse that are in good condition. But when you start finding little Casper books and Flaming Carrots and the little devil character guy, those ones can go for a pretty penny.
Yeah, these are more like Lone Ranger, his Horse Hio Silver, older TV series ones, westerns.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember I had a ton of those old Lone Ranger ones. They used to be worth a gang of money. And Dell, when they got bought out, got reprinted so badly with a lot of them. So the value it dropped out the bottom for some of them.
Right.
So you'll definitely want low series. I think it's like number 40 and below, the Lone Ranger.
I have to check those out or give her a call. See what she can find about it.
Tattoo Toy Hunters in the house. What's up, brother? And Paul says, why don't they kill Optimus again? Poor Cup. Because it's Optimus, Paul. They're never going to really kill Optimus off 100%. It's never going to happen. He's the face of the Autobots. Doesn't matter how many times Hot Rod gets turned into Rodimus Prime. It's still Optimus Prime. All right. Is that all you got this week, BJ?
Yep. That's all I got. That was a lot.
it happens, and especially with these antique malls, man. I mean, you can find some treasures in there. I remember I picked up the Rise of the Midnight Suns, all that, and the whole Executioner songs for like 50 cents each, and they're selling the poly bags with the cards. You know, gotta love those discounts, those vintage stores and antique malls.
Oh yeah.
All right, Cal, you're up.
All right. Yeah, and BJ, Volume 2 of Southern Bastards actually has a foreword by, I forget what the player's name, but he plays for the Carolina Panthers. And I guess he's a comic guy, and he wrote a whole thing about football in the South and kind of how the book rings true. That's one of my favorite books. So and I'm not like I personally not a big football guy, but that book that comic just reads so well. Like it almost reads like a movie in my opinion.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me of a. Huh?
I'd be curious to see if they try to put that into a series or something, like on HBO or Showtime or something. I think it'd work really well.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me of a little bit of Walking Tall with meets Rambo kind of thing.
Yeah, yep. That was my first reaction to. Actually, a buddy of mine turned me onto it, and I said, "This is just like that Walking Tall movie." But this week, so I actually didn't pick up anything this week. I was going to pick up a copy of Savage Things from Vertigo and Amazing Spider-Man Volume 7, I think worldwide. But unfortunately, I didn't get over to my comic shop. So I'm going to have to go do that probably tomorrow or Saturday. So everything I picked up was actually last week. So from Image Comics, I picked up Kill or Be Killed Volume 3, which I actually did a little review on the Syndi-Comics page. This is a phenomenal book if you like the Punisher type characters. And then I also picked up Black Road from Image Comics. This is like a really good kind of like barbarian. It's weird. It's a cross between the Christian Crusades and like a barbarian tale. So it's kind of like Conan meets. I don't even know how to describe it, but it's really good. If you're looking for more of kind of like a not a Viking, but like kind of like that kind of, I don't know, violent times type era book. So that's really good. And then my wife and I, every Sunday, we go to Half Price Books just to kill some time. And this week last week, I found, since I'm going all trade now, I needed to fill my backlog of Detective Comics. So I found volumes 1 and 2. I have all the single issues of these, so I didn't really need them, but I was like, they had them for like $8 a pop. So go ahead and try to backfill some of those trades. And then I also picked up Warren Ellis's Black Cross.
Okay, I've read Black Cross.
What's that?
I've read Black Cross. You're gonna like it.
I've heard really good things. It was one of those things that like when I saw it in previews, I really wanted to read it. But then it ended up that my local comic shop, since it's Dynamite and it's something that I think is only like an 8-issue miniseries. They just never ordered any copies, and it was one of those things I didn't know how I was going to like it, so I didn't put it on my pull list. So yeah, I never got around to read the singles, but I'm really excited to get into the trade. And then I know it's not comic related, but I did want to show this off. I did get the homemade Spider-Man hot toy today, so I was really excited for this. So I just wanted to show it off. That's all I
can't
got.
wait to watch the review you got there on it too. I see you just posted it, so
I did. Yeah, actually, this is the first hot toy that I'm actually like. I was like spreading its legs apart and like putting in all sorts of like crazy poses. Like normally, I'm really nervous about it. But this one, it's essentially a sweatsuit. So
yeah,
like it doesn't really pull. Like it's got really good articulation, and you can actually get him into like actual Spider-Man poses, as opposed to like those skin tight suits that they normally have him in that you move once or twice and they stretch and rip. And so yeah, he's a cool figure. But I just wanted to show it off since I got it. But that's all I got.
Yeah, that's kind of why I haven't bought any of those. Like mine had the Predator, from Predators. It had the old Clan Predator, and I looked at him and I'm like, hey, of course, it's like this freaking tall, but it was just like, dang. I was worried. Like as soon as I was starting to move the leg, I'm like, okay, this don't feel right. It's just like I bought Mezco, Mayfex, and all those kind. I'm like, and I can move those around, whatever. This one, it's like you start feeling that resistance. Okay, all right, that's it. You stop with a hot toy. It's like it's gonna break. It's like you don't want to have to pay for that.
Right.
It's like, but once you held one in your head, like, you want it. You gotta have it. And it's like this. Like I want it. I gotta have it. I got nowhere to put it, but I want it. It's the Paul says there's a bunch of alt comics getting series like The Boys, so Southern Bashers could go on HBO. I mean that's a good idea, or like we've been seeing a lot lately, is Netflix. Because we've been seeing a lot of shows show up on there. I tell you what, I don't like is I like Runaways. It's only on Hulu. So unless you have Hulu, you can't watch Runaways. It's like, and I actually like the comic series of Runaways, but I was just like, no, I'm not gonna pay for Hulu just to watch one show. Whereas Netflix has a variety of shows. I can watch like Punisher, Daredevil, Voltron, you name it, I can watch it pretty much on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
But I tell you, the one show I'm really excited for, Ash versus Evil Dead, baby.
Yep.
Ruby. Season 3 in about 3 weeks. So.
Is it really? All
Yep.
right.
That's the only reason I have stars.
If I have a subscription I can borrow so I can watch it on my Roku.
I wish I could share it, brother. But yeah, I'm super excited because I'm a huge Evil Dead fan, always have been, so just like, all right, now we're gonna finally get season 3 because there was talks about canceling season 3, and it's just like, you better not cancel this show. There's been so many fans that love this show, so they got to keep doing it. But yeah, I keep hoping that Reborn gets made into a series. I'm gonna keep hoping until it actually shows up. If it's never gonna show up, I'm going to be so disappointed, like always.
Well, at least now you have a little bit more hope now that Metal's over. I mean, Capullo might have time to do something else now.
Yeah, Mark Millar's busy now, so it's like crap.
Sorry, BJ.
I wouldn't mind. I tell you, I wouldn't mind seeing Millar go with Paul Eisenhower and do the second volume of Reborn.
You know what? I think that would be kind of cool. Like now that you say that, because I mean, spoilers if anybody hasn't read Reborn, but it kind of made it seem like there are, when you die in Reborn, then you're reborn into another Reborn. Like it's almost like kind of you just keep going from universe to universe to universe. So I wonder if he did something like that where he changed artists every arc. If that would kind of give, like, kind of really drive that that concept home. I don't know. Like, I think that'd be kind of cool if he didn't use. Now, don't get me wrong. I'd love to see Capullo do a whole nother storyline with Millar, but I wonder if that would work if it took place in, like, maybe the next afterlife, if you will.
Yeah. I mean, you think about it, what if we did it with Sam Keith? That would be. I mean, just because all I remember from Sam Keith always, of course, was Marvel Comic Presents. All the crazy stuff he did with like Image and stuff like that. Just imagine Reborn redone like that. And that kind of artistry, or like Jay Lee. Like Jay Lee does some great artwork. But it's just like those kind of dynamics like that are always great. Ben Templesmith, another good guy. Rushing Woods. Those kind of stories, they did in Hellspawn like that were awesome, because the actual artistry told the story. You didn't have to read it; you could see what the artistry was being done. You could do that with Reborn. There's a lot of writing, there's a lot of words and stuff. But a lot of the artistry was done by Capullo, and the first you could actually just read through the artistry side. So yeah, if we get some different artists in the other sagas, that would be awesome. Paul says, I have Hulu and I like it a lot. Well, I'm happy for you, Paul. Paul gives me crap all the time, and I give him crap back. But yeah, I would love to see them redo that one. Even Saga. I mean, if they did Saga as a show, just imagine it. I mean, they've got enough issues to do a series out of that. But on AMC, it's like Walking Dead. I mean, I'm a huge Walking Dead fan, but it's like, okay, we're starting to get to that point now. It's like, okay. Because you got to remember, too, the show is so far behind the comics, it's like season 2 with 3 issues of, that I'm like, come on,
Right.
It's like I read the last issue of Walking Dead, with Beta and Negan, it's like, all right, we're never going to get to that. That's even like 4 seasons from now.
I know there's supposed to be an animated movie or show with Chew.
Chew was supposed to be an animated show, and actually David Tennant was actually going to
Yeah.
be in it, but no, unfortunately, that's no longer in production.
Is it not?
No, Lehman came out and said that that it was no longer. I mean, that was supposed to be. I think they were talking about that like 2014 or something.
Yeah.
But that was supposed to be an animated series, and then it moved to an animated movie. But then, yeah, just never caught on.
Yeah.
I mean, it could down the road. I mean, look at the Dark Tower. I mean, that was in development hell for almost 20 years, and then we finally get a movie for it. You know,
Well,
so maybe.
Yeah, but like I don't know, but like we also have like Dark Tower is Stephen King, whereas Chew, like don't be wrong, Chew is one of my top 3 comics of all time. I own original pages from that book. Like I love Chew. I don't. Well, I mean, I don't see. I could see it. Well, I don't know. So like now I think about it, because like Sci-Fi just did Happy. Grant Morrison's Happy. I don't know if you guys have either of you watched that.
I watch it.
And that I think is actually working really, really well. And that is like, have you read the book as well?
I haven't read the book.
Okay. I mean, the comic is or the show is very similar. I mean, the first episode is almost a shot for shot the first issue. So I mean, it's really out there, really dark, really twisted. So I could see it. I could see Chew maybe working on like a little bit lower of a network, like Sci-Fi, much like Deadly Class is doing. But I don't know. Like it's so out there. I mean, the whole premise of whatever he eats, he knows the whole life story. And then you get further on, like into some of the volumes where like there's a whole arc where he has like this guy's trying to write this memoir about baseball players, so he's digging up their dead corpses and having Tony, he like kidnaps Tony, is like having him eat pieces of them, so he knows like everything that happened in their life. Like I just don't know how. Like I love it. I love the dark twisted stuff like that. I just don't know how. I don't know how normal audiences are going to react to something like that.
That'd be, man. I think it'd be great, but I can be the minority in that as well.
Right. And I think it's interesting, like, since we're trying to talk about this, like, it's interesting to see just how many properties now. I mean, like, every day you hear something on, whether it be Bleeding Cool or comic book resources. I mean, there's some new comic that's being piloted. I know Scout just finished up their pilot. Deadly Class has one. There's always rumors about Saga. Actually, Chip Zdarsky and Matt Fraction's Sex Criminals apparently is being optioned by HBO.
Oh God!
Right. So I mean, like, it's funny. Like you look at like almost everything now with like the resurgence of these Marvel movies, and I think Marvel and DC are kind of at the forefront of the reason why this is happening. But you see like all these superhero movies and all this stuff just taking off. And now you get all these other like just TV studios and networks saying, "Hey, adaptations of comics are extremely viable options," and we're starting to see some really good comic. We're gonna even look at Preacher. I know it's not anything really like the comics other than name and general idea, but I mean, you think about it. Probably 5 years ago, that wasn't even an option. And now Preacher is probably one of the biggest things on, what is it? Is it AMC or the A&E?
AMC, yeah.
I mean, it's just crazy to think like where we are, as opposed to even just 5 years ago, where you would never even think about some of your favorite comics even getting a chance to be a TV show, and now it's like Preacher, and it's like I go to work and someone's like, "Oh, me and my family, we watch that all the time. Like, we absolutely love Preacher." And I'm like, "Oh, do you know it's a comic book?" And they're like, "No." but still, I mean, someone that would never know what Preacher was, now is a big fan of it. And I've actually, been able, a couple people at work, I've been able to give them copies of my trades and be like, "Hey, read this. This is what it's based on." And then they actually end up liking the book more than what they do the show. So I think it's just cool to see where comics are going as far as other mediums, other than just like the little niche group that I think it's always been thought of.
Yeah.
Well, when you think about it, I mean, it's like the whole first season of Preacher had nothing to do with the book at all.
No.
Nope.
You know, that was their stab at a backstory of how it all started.
Mhm.
You know, and the sad part was Seth Rogen came out and said the first season's not going to be anything like the book. And he said you got to wait for season 2.
Yep.
So season 2, you know, kicked off, and it was it did great all the way through, and it's like, okay, half of the crap did not happen in the book.
Right.
So that's kind of the problem we're having with a lot of TV shows too, is that you have comic readers who are expecting a show to be just like the book.
Mhm.
But then you come with the mindset that it's not going to happen. Same way with movies. Movies are not going to be done exactly like the book because they have to be able to go to a audience that's different than comic readers. You know, so like for me, I've read all of Preacher, so it's like, you know, when we get to that part where they're finding God, well, in the comic, they haven't God on the toilet. You know, they hinted at that, you know, in season 2, you know, but it's like, but that was like 40 issues, you know, so it's just like now we're down to like, okay, they found God, but he's in a dog too, and that never happened in the book, you know, so it's just like, what's going on here? So they're going to have to do that, you know, to read. So the audience is going to have to understand there's 2 different type of audiences. There's the comic, and then there's the people that just watch the show. And it's always happened, you know. You look at a lot of movies that was always based upon a book. You know, Stephen King's, for example, a lot of his books are never exactly the same in the movies. I mean, The Dark Tower is a blazing example of that. You know, it's like there was jack crap to do with the book hardly in that movie. They had the gunslinger, they had the man in black, and then they had Jake. That's the 3 things. Okay, I read all those books since the 80s. You know, it's like you had so much to go from, and this is what you gave us. You know, that's why Stephen King got upset about the movie. It's I gave you my biggest thing in the world, and you tanked it. You know, one of the worst movies that came out. And trust me, the movie itself is fine. I think like the actors did a good job. Elba did a good job. McConaughey did a good job in it. It's just the plot was changed so much from the book into the script that's hurting a lot of shows now.
Yeah.
Paul says the Chew sounds like Terror Incorporated from Marvel. Instead of eating things, the protagonist attaches body parts and how to solve crimes. I actually know who Terror Incorporated is. That's the sad part. I remember him.
Oh yeah, I did too.
Yeah, I remember him in Wolverine. You know, he would like attach this, attach that. You know, and he's just. I'm like, okay. I mean, it was different. You know, it's like it goes back to that horror side. You know, in the 70s and 80s. But it's like, huh. All right, so let me show you what I got this week, and this is 2 weeks worth. You guys kind of saw that. Yeah, they were happy to see me today when I showed up. All right, first X-Men Blue #1 annual. I've been talking about this, and I think we started Syndi-Comics streams. I love Venom and I love X-Men and the Poisons, you know, the edge of Venomverse, the Venomverse, and now we're actually, the Poisons are in the main universe now, in the 616. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens, especially after Venom Incorporated just got done last week or the week before last, you know. So we'll see what they do. We got X-Men Blue #20. I'm actually. Oh, I wanted to bring this up too. I forgot last time. So, BJ, you got the X-Men Gold annual, right?
Yeah.
Have you read it yet?
The gold.
Yeah, the Gold annual.
Yeah.
Okay. Did it make any sense to you?
Okay.
There's a reason for
remember.
that.
Okay.
So it's actually in between issues 23 and 24 of when it takes place of X-Men Gold.
Okay. Let's go back and check that out then.
Yeah, I read through it and I'm like, this doesn't make any sense whatsoever, especially with the current, you know, where they're, you know, in the negative zone right now. It's like, this don't make any sense. So yeah, but I saw a thing on Marvel Wiki and it said, yeah, read annual after I think issue 23 or 24, and then it'll make more sense.
Okay. They had 2 different stories in there.
Yeah.
The second one.
All right, we talked about all new Wolverine, so definitely got this one. This is Orphans of X, and I'm like I said, I dig it because I love how we got Laura as Wolverine, but also like Dokken, and Gabby. Gabby is another clone of Wolverine, is in it. So it's definitely one of those books. We got these ones are getting good. If you haven't read Moon Knight, anybody in the chat, go pick up these books right now. These get hilarious, they get violent, and then they get more hilarious at the end.
Is that the one with Max? Is that Max Bemis writing that?
That is, yes, Bemis and Brutals.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, Ricardo Rosario. Yeah. Welcome to the house, brother. This is that Delato I got today. And you see that price?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I already checked it out. 50.
Hey.
We got Tales of Suspense number 101. I don't know. Do you guys know? It says Red Ledger Part 2 of 5. Are they only doing a miniseries of Tales of Suspense? Or is it just going to be, that's just the first saga in it?
I was wondering that too, because I thought it was interesting that Marvel brought all those back, but I didn't know how it was going. I didn't know if it was just going to be a bunch of like miniseries, like kind of like a 5-issue run that ends, 5-issue run that ends. I don't know how they're actually handling those.
I'll have to dig some information and find out, because I'd hate to see for this end, especially since we haven't had Tales of Suspense since the 60s.
Right.
Then I got the Avengers variant of Tales of Suspense as well. And it's got Kane on it. So anything that's got Kane on it, I'm probably going to buy it. I just like the concept of the character. And we got a bunch of Phoenix books, by the way. Phoenix number 4, regular cover. I like how they did these ones. They're like a connecting cover, and then the ironic part is that they did them through all Phoenix Resurrection. Then you also have to get the Jean Grey one, the last issue Jean Grey to get the variant. That's what's cool.
Oh yeah.
And then got this one is actually the harder one to find. The Lee Nook covers. This is the one. Yeah.
Dang.
Arthur Adams, baby.
Is it really?
Yep.
Oh, man. Can't go wrong with him in X-Men.
No, I love Arthur Adams. I've been reading him, doing his stuff for years, and it's like, yeah.
Yeah, his whenever the Marvel Masterpiece cards came out, the one with him and when he did Shadow Cat, that made me a fan of Kitty Pryde. She was like my favorite character because just of that art he did.
Oh yeah, because it was the red cards. I remember those. Yep.
Yeah.
And they said like the name on the top, had the photo, and then the bio on the back. I think it was like 91, 92. Those came out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so we got Phoenix number 5.
Is that the last issue?
It is last issue, number 5. We got Phoenix number 5. This is the Dark Phoenix. What's cool is look at this Wolverine. That's cool. I like how they did it. So it's sort of like the I want to say like a claymation kind of thing. You just don't see claymation like kind of things done on comics anymore. Number 5, that Italy variant. And then another Italy. This is the 1 in 100.
Okay.
Variant. And then we got Jean Grey number 11. Now, this is the last issue of the series. So, it ties in, of course, with Phoenix Resurrection. This doesn't cover, but it's getting ready for X-Men Red, which comes out next week.
Yep.
Then we got, this is the final issue you got to get the actual connecting cover. The ironic part, this one is actually the first one. This one's supposed to go all the way to the beginning of the connecting cover. So I'll probably do a picture and put it on Syndi-Comics of them all connected together.
Make it our wallpaper, our background picture.
And talking about Donny Cates and our favorite series of the year, Redneck. It's like I said, it's starting to go downhill. I mean, you can tell. I mean, the storyline's starting to go down. You can tell Johnny's getting tired of writing.
Yeah.
We got Metal, number 5.
That's a good cover.
It is, and I love the foil covers. I always get the foil ones. Anytime I can get them.
As soon as they started doing the foils, they had me hook, line, and sinker.
And I did that with all of the regular issues as well as all those little one-shot tie-ins they had in.
Yeah.
You know, they've been amazing with those. And then we got the Doomsday Clock, number 3. This is the variant, they said.
Yeah.
They only had one copy of it left. And then the regular Doomsday Clock, number 3.
You starting to like it?
I like it. I mean, the first issue was kind of rough to get through. I'll say that. Second issue got a lot better. This one, I'm reading it tonight, so we'll see how it goes.
Woo! Pretty good.
Yeah. Well, and you heard that they're bumping up the timeline too on Doomsday Clock, right? They're supposed to push. We're supposed to have like a gap between this month all the way to March or to April, and now they're supposed to be bumping them upwards. We're supposed to get, I think, 2 next month.
Oh, so yeah, I thought they were double shipping them now.
Yeah. So I think they want to hurry up and get this one done because there's been so many people said a year is too long. You know, especially for a maxi series like this. Ricardo says, it's an honor to be here with you. Dude, it's an honor to have you on our stream. We love everybody that comes on our stream every week.
Really appreciate it.
Yes.
So yeah, like I said, the big one next week, X-Men Red, number 1 comes out. Infinity Countdown, the Adam Warlock special comes out next week. And Weapon H is supposed to come out, I think, in 2 weeks or 3 weeks. I don't remember. But I know the poster comes out next week. So typically the poster comes out before the comic does.
Right.
So I saw that in previews today. So I'm actually, Greg Pacto and Weapon H, yeah, I'm all over that one.
I'm ready for, I think White Knight comes out next week, too. So.
Yeah, I think it does.
I'm excited to read White Knight. I mean, I just wanted to read it all in one shot. You know, it was like when I read, was it Dark Knight 3, Master Race? You know, I read the first issue. I'm like, all right, I need all of them now. And they said, oh, it's going to be a long time. I'm like, oh, crap. So I ended up waiting and I bought, the big box set, that had all of them in it. With the hardcovers. But I got the variant one as well, the black and white one. Which that was hard to find. Actually get all of them in hardcover like that.
Right.
But yeah, that was a really good series. I think now though, Frank Miller, he realizes he should probably be done with Batman. Mm-hmm. I can't bleed that onion anymore. But yeah, that's like I said, that's all I got this week. Oh, and I got some toys I can show you I got today.
If I could do that too.
I know, PJ, you got your first Mezco, right?
Yeah.
Sweet. What'd you get?
I did. Good old
Reverse Flash.
Yeah. Still working on kinks out on here. It's pretty crazy, man. Texture and everything. Yeah. Stand's awesome. I think the stand's great.
I'm about to say, I love the stands that they come with.
Yeah. The way they package it it's incredible.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I love
I got that on. Yeah, I got on Amazon for 69 shipped.
Nice.
Yeah, and
Cool.
they've got the yellow suit Daredevil on there for 59, 60,
Mhm.
something like that.
Don't forget your LCS can order Mesco too, and you can use your discount
Oh, yeah.
because they have the partnership with Diamond and with everybody else in Mesco and Mayflex. Like my LCS gets them all in every week typically.
Yeah.
But I actually have a supplier that I have for all my Mescos. Ends up being a little bit better because it's straight from the manufacturer, straight from the distributor. So I'm not end up paying like the big bad toy store prices or anything like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, so toys today. I'm a huge CBZ fan, so this is the Super Saiyan God Blue, Son Goku, and these are definitely hard to find now because I guess it came out like 3 years ago, 4 years ago, and the problem with
Yeah.
SH is that they don't really do reissues of figures. They do one run and done. So if you don't get it, you're done. It's sort of like how Mesco does, for a lot of their Mayfex does. They'll do their one run and then they're done. They'll do multiples of the same one. Like you'll have the red flash, you'll have the reverse flash, you have different color variants, stuff like that. But usually it's a one run and done. And then 10, and then oh, this was the one I was really waiting on to get.
Brown suit?
Brown
Yep.
suit.
Yeah, I got the yellow shit already. I got that one straight from Misco. I wasn't messing around on that one. But yeah.
All right.
Oh, and here, one more thing. Now, I don't know if you guys saw. These are one of them starting units. This is another black hole. I went down. These are the Star Collectibles Mortal Kombat figs.
Oh, okay.
This is Reptile, but I'm doing all the bloody editions. But yeah, I
Yeah.
ended up getting Sub-Zero and Scorpion last week. So yeah, I'm pretty much caught up now. I just gotta get Noob Saibot and then Shao Kahn when he comes out.
What
But yeah,
scale are those?
112.
Okay. Because they look a little bit bigger than like Legends and stuff. I haven't messed with one in person and in hand, but I didn't. Some of the pictures I've seen, they looked a little bit taller than Legends.
But here, let me grab Sub-Zero real fast. I'll grab a Legend.
Yeah, BJ, I was looking at the that yellow suit Daredevil as well.
Yeah.
I really want the red,
Yeah.
but he's like the cheapest I've seen him is like 110.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I saw that. This one guy was selling one of the Batman at the Minicon for $800. It's
That Dark Knight.
yeah, something like that. I was like,
Yeah,
ugh. I may be getting a Sideshow Hot Toy tomorrow too. We'll see.
nice. Which one?
I think it's Ray with BB-8.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I ordered pre-ordered the Last Jedi for Ray and Luke for that reason.
I'm doing the eBay thing. I was trying to get one last week. This guy in Lexington was selling a Star-Lord, uh, Rocket and Groot, and the Wolverine one. They were like really low until the last like 10 minutes, and they went up to $180. I was like, man, I can do that right now.
Yeah, I was doing
Apparently,
one like that. It was Groot, Star Lord, and what was it, Drax. I was trying to do that. It was like $10 for like a week. And I was
yeah,
like, okay, last minute, 280. Nope. So you wanted to see the scale. So
Yeah.
here's the let me go back a little bit. So this is the Mortal Kombat one. And this is the actual Marvel Legends. So as you can see from here,
Okay.
they actually scale really good.
They do.
yeah.
I don't know what I was looking at then, because like there was a picture I saw where they looked like a good, like they were almost more of a Diamond Select, like 7-inch scale. So yeah, I don't know. The picture must have been of something that whatever it was must not have been a legend next to it.
Yeah, it was probably a select, because Diamond Selects are way off. Like I've got the Gunslinger and Dark Tower, Man in Black one, and
Yeah.
they're like very tall, compared to this. That's why I kind of like selects for like their bigger, for like the bigger figures, like Gladiator Hulk or those kind of things. Because those to me seem like a better scale than what we get with Marvel Legends.
Right.
Of course, you don't have any articulation at all.
No.
Elbow bend, no double joint, no nothing. So it's like you get an aesthetic looking nice one, but you can't do nothing with it.
Right.
That's why I go through Mezco or Mayfax or SH just for that reason.
Right.
Cute.
All right, so let's see. Paul says he's out of here. So Paul, dude, thank you for coming by, dude. We appreciate you for coming in.
Very much so.
Yeah, man.
And Sith AF says 7-inch scale. I think it's a 110. And it might be. Like I said, I just looked at it with next to a Legend. Legend's 112. Yeah. So if you guys see it, let me know. I'm looking for the 12-inch Marvel Legends Wolverine.
All right.
Because I've been looking everywhere here. Nobody's got it around my town. I mean, the only thing we have around here is Black Panther Wave, Black Panther Wave, Black Panther Wave.
I don't think I've even seen the 12-inch in Columbia yet either.
Oh, really?
And
Black is pretty common around here right now, but I haven't seen it.
And I know the Uncanny X-Force 12-inch Marvel Legend just came out too. They started seeing some of them here in California. Of course, that's in my area. There's nothing. It's funny because me and Free Fern and the East Coast Hunters, and we all live in the same area, so we all kind of watch out for each other here. And we're all like, "Did you find it? No. Did you find it? No. Did you find it? Oh, we give up." And it's just kind of how it goes. But yeah, I'm just trying to see if I can find it because it's not supposed to be. It's not a GameStop exclusive either. It's supposed to be a mass release. But you can buy it on Hasbro Toy Shop, right now for $50, and I don't want to do that. I have discounts, I have rewards, certificates, I want to use that kind of stuff if possible, or trade for it.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right, guys. So I think that's it for tonight. I'm kind of noticing like our streams are going from longer and longer every week. We go do these. It's not a bad thing. I kind of like it. We've been getting a lot of good interaction with everybody out there. So thank you guys that came out tonight. Thank you, BJ and Kyle, for being here.
Thank you guys.
And we'll do this again next week. X-Men Red, #1, next week, baby.
That was good, guys.
Transformers versus Visionaries #2 next week too. So.
You can look up. I'm not reading it now.
But so you're actually gonna buy it and go back to it?
Yeah. I like these miniseries of IDWs. I just feel like I got hair in my head again.
I'll wait for it to be in a trade paperback or an IDW collection, and I'll pick it up.
Yeah.
Because then I can't tear it up, so I'll be mad if I throw up an IDW collection book.
Yeah.
Oh, and actually, we have one last question. It said, "What brand are your Thundercat pigs?" Mine are the Matty Collector. If you guys saw my collection video, I have the rare Matty Collector ones. Ended up getting sold through GameStop and Think Geek. They're out of business. Yeah, Chocolate, I've got that one. Yeah, those are Matty Collector, and good luck finding those without having a good price.
You got one more. Come here, big guy.
Yep. The only one I'm missing is Mumra.
I saw somebody was selling on eBay. It started off, the $5, and then last minute was like 72.
Yeah. No, pay that price for it.
You might see these again on the GameStop website or Think Geek. Last time I saw them, they were going pretty cheap.
I think
that was holiday season, so
I think they were averaging like $25, I think, or $30 or something like that. They weren't that expensive.
It was down to I think 20. What's her name? The female, not Chitara, but the other one.
Oh, Pumra.
Yeah, Puma. Yeah, she was down there, and then Jackal was down there too. But just gotta keep your eye on those.
Well, what you got to do too is find these old GameStops that don't sell a lot of stuff because
Mm-hmm.
they'll end up having stuff in the back or something. They'll say, "Oh yeah, we got this," because like you ain't finding a Lino, that way. I mean, the only way you can find Lino is in the store or on eBay now.
They're good. They look great.
But the
too.
white, well, and like I want the other one, the 6-inch Bandai ones, because there was a Lino and then there was a Mumra done in a 6-inch, and that's the one that I want to get to go with the collection. And I love that cats. My wife got me the original Tigra, for Christmas, and he's right up there with the rest of them.
Nice.
All right. Well, Seth, if you don't have any more questions, brother, we're going to get off here tonight. It's 9 o'clock my time, which I know it means it's 12 o'clock you guys' time. So you guys are probably tired. But yeah, thank you guys for being here. Thanks for coming by. Check out the Syndi-Comics page if you've not. Like I said, we're all comic people. We all love stuff. We all want to help out each other. This is what we do. If you have questions, definitely put a question out there. There's a lot of knowledge within the group. Not just us three. We all have a lot of knowledge, but there's a lot of people in our Syndi-Comics to help you out if you need anything. So, and enjoy comics. All right, guys. All right, this is Nate. You guys take it easy now. See you guys next week.
See you guys.
Good night.
Bye.